Okay, so we've got ourselves a tarpaulin set up here. One end of the taut line in the middle, which is the ridge line, we've got a timber hitch. Okay, and the actual line goes across here, meets the tarpaulin, goes across the other side, and where my coat is hung, across to this one. Okay, we've got ourselves a fixed loop here, which is actually an alpine butterfly. And then under the coat, get rid of that. You can see you've got basically a round turn, 2 half hitches holding the line to the tree. So what we're going to do, we're going to fasten something to this loop here, and we're going to sort of tension it, so we can do that on both ends, which will pull the tarpaulin tight. Okay, so I'm going to use a piece of paracord, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to attach one end of the paracord to the loop first, and then we're going to stretch it out to that tree. So we could use a variety of different knots here. You could just put your thing down here, your piece of wood, and just tie some little half hitches, and that would be sufficient. That would do its job. Or we could put a bowline in here. If you remember what the bowline looked like, okay, what we did there, we had a long end and a short end. In the long end, we tied what I refer to as a slippery loop or a disappearing loop. So I'll show you what I mean. You basically tie one of those, and if you pulled it, it just disappears. Okay, so I'll do that one more time. Okay, tied a slippery or a disappearing slippery loop like that. Okay, and then what I do with the short end is pass that through that disappearing loop, hold it in one hand while I pull on the long one, and what it does, it grips there, and then the more you pull on the long one, the more it pulls that loop through. So you probably need to come a little bit closer even to see it in all its glory, but I'll pull it through itself first like that, and that gives us a bowline like that. Okay, so I'll tie it again for you, but maybe I'll tie it in a bigger rope so you can see it again, but that gives us a fixed loop on the end of your tarpaulin. Then you could take a short length of paracord and just tie it to there, or that loop there. Okay, or you could put in a taut line hitch, which is the one that we were just discussing before, Helen, when we could pull it down off the corners and adjust it. Okay, and to do that, what we're going to do is take the cord around the anchor point here, the tree, and back on itself here like this, and we're going to tie it around itself. So you've basically got the one coming off the tarpaulin going on the tree, and the one in your hand. Bring the one in your hand parallel with the one coming off the tarpaulin, okay, and take it over the one from the tarpaulin once, twice, and a third time if you wish. Gives you 3 wraps there, and then what I want you to do then is bring that up above the one that you're working on and wrap it around above. So what you've got there is 3 below and 1 above. You can pull them together like so, and once that's tightened up there, it's adjustable. So it means you can pull it tighter by doing that, or you can slacken it by doing that, and it actually anchors itself in. You can see how I'm pulling on it really hard there. It isn't moving around. You slide it up there. It's a little bit close, but if I was to pull that this way, there's no way it's going anywhere. That's your taut line hitch. Any thoughts? Would you want to see it again? That's fine. It's a difficult position to see it, and I think what we'll do is, let's leave that one in. We'll do one at the other end as well, and then we'll also do one off the corner when we peg it in, because we're going to use the same system here as we do in the corners and on the ends. Yeah? Good stuff. So in the corner of your tarpaulin, what you want to do first of all is attach the piece of paracord, okay, to the corner of your tarpaulin. So I tend to use a bowline here. Okay, so you can put the piece of cord through the loop like this, and a long piece, tie yourself a slippery disappearing loop. Okay, one of these things here. You do that, you know it's a slippery disappearing loop. Tie that in like so, make it slack. That's the short end through like so, and then pull on the long end, and that creates that sort of slippery loop there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is put a taut line hitch in next. So you get your bowline, and you want your taut line hitch. So we're going to take the paracord down, take it around, temp peg that you put in the ground, and pull tension into there, but it doesn't have to be too tight because you can adjust that, of course. Okay, and then bring the two pieces of cord together, and the line that runs down from the tarpaulin to the peg, wrap the one in your hand around that 2 or 3 times. So you're going to go around there once, and around there twice, a third time if you'd like. Particularly the third time, if your ropes are quite thick, you can do it the third time. And then one above. So you can leave go of the bottom bit now, working above those loops. You can pass that through there, like so. You can slide them together now, like that. And then once you've got them together, you can slide it up and down to change the tension in the line. Taut line hitch. You can see now in the image there, Tarpaulin Shelter that we've done. We'll go back to the ridge line that we started, sort of over there. Okay, we did a timber hitch over there, and then we've been putting in some taut line hitches to adjust here, and also putting in some taut line hitches to adjust here. Okay, and then each corner has got a bowline fastened to the loop, and I want to take you in close and have a little look what we've done down here. But round the temp peg and back up to this taut line hitch here. I'll just get rid of that out of the way so you can see it in all its glory. There you go. Okay. And the actual design of the shelter, well, you can see, I'll come back over here. What you've got is a very basic sort of low roof which would shed water quite nicely. You can come across to this side and have a look at it from a different angle. There you go. This is basic low shelter which you could probably get under that 3 metre square tarp, probably about 8 people sat on the forest floor if you needed to.